guys, this is a 10-minute sequence designed for pregnant women in their second or third trimester. It's only a short practice, but it's aiming to help you take 10 minutes, 12 minutes out of your day, hopefully to everybody else in the house, to steer clear of the kitchen or leave you alone to move in the bedroom or some place that you can take some time for yourself. Aim of this practice, or the name I've given this one, is breathing deep. So I'm taking lots of side stretches, moving quite fluidly and slowly to give yourself time to feel a little bit more rather than striving to achieve a particular shape. So it's an opportunity to put your to-do list, your work, the demands of other children you may have in the house to one side for 10 minutes and drop back into how your body is feeling and finding a little bit more space to breathe. So the starting position for this is to get yourself into a comfortable position. I would suggest getting a blanket to sit on. So if you've got a yoga blanket, great, but it doesn't have to be a yoga blanket, it could be anything. Placing it underneath you and coming to a cross-legged position. And just taking a moment to feel the connection of the bum and the sit bones in the bum, feeling them connecting onto the mat, letting the legs feel nice and heavy. Drawing up tall through the spine, maybe a little roll with the shoulders. And taking a few moments to breathe here. And with each inhale, noticing if there's a little bit of an expansion through the belly, through the rib cage. And then with the exhale, a very gentle, subtle drawing back. And on your next inhale, interlace your fingertips. Take a big reach of the arms up to the ceiling. So stretching up through the armpits, maybe making a little movement so don't feel like you have to be completely static. So dropping back into the body, seeing how it wants to move. And then exhaling as we reach the arms alongside us. And we'll do this a couple of times. Take a nice big inhale as you reach your arms up to the ceiling, big stretch to the ceiling. And then exhale, release the arms by your side. And do it one final time. Big inhale all the way up to the ceiling. And then exhale, release the arms by your side. And it's take a moment just to reset, a little wiggle off the shoulders. And then place your right hand alongside your other hand onto the side. And then reaching up with the other hand, up and over. Keeping it nice and gentle here. Seeing if you can really feel the space in between each rib. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, come back to center, and then take it to the other side, nice and gentle. So just because it's gentle doesn't mean that it's not effective. So see if you can create a bit more ease to the movement rather than striving or reaching. Nice and gentle as you inhale, feel a little space. As you exhale, big inhale, come all the way back to center and go to the other side. And then back to center. So we're just going to keep this going a couple of times, one side to the other. Seeing if we can make it even more effortless. So you're just drawing your attention to how each movement feels, as opposing to really striving or pushing through the position. Coming all the way back to center, and a little roll of the shoulders. And then taking the hands in front of you, interlace the fingertips and draw the shoulder blades slightly apart. And imagine you're giving someone a big hug, or a tree a big hug. And breathing into the space in between the shoulder blades. Nice and steady, feeling a sense of space. You have more space to breathe into. And slowly coming all the way back, releasing the hands, your movement through the shoulders. We're going to come onto our all fours now. So keep hold of the blanket and place the blanket underneath the knees. Make sure that the knees are supported. They may feel a little bit more sensitive at the moment. Hands underneath the shoulders. We'll start to work into our cat pose. So gently drawing your baby up towards you as you feel a little stretch again in between those shoulder blades. And then slowly coming through neutral, taking a tiny cow, so no big dipping of the lower back, just lifting the ribcage slightly up, looking forward. And then exhale, draw your baby up towards you as you breathe into that space in between the shoulder blades. And then coming all the way back through. And then just keep that pattern of breath and pattern of movement going. Again, feeling into the position as opposed to moving really fast. It's just noticing where the sticky points are, where the tightness might be, where the more easeful movements are. And then maybe you want to move a little bit more freely, maybe moving the hips from side to side. Maybe some circles of the hips, making it nice and fluid. We're going to take ourselves into a little bit of a side stretch here. So take your left hand across to the right corner of your mat. And then just gently sink your bottom down towards your left heel. Finding a little bit of space again through the ribs. And feeling into the space in the side of the body. No straining, no overreaching. And then walking the hands back to center. Take it to the other side. So right hand to opposite corner to left corner. And sink your right bum cheek down slightly. So you've got a bit of a side stretch going on through the side of the right rib cage now. And then coming all the way back to center. Then take ourselves into a child's pose here. So I'd suggest putting something underneath your forehead. I've got a yoga bolster here. If you've got cushions or blocks or scarves or something that will give your forehead a bit of support, then take the knees quite far apart. If you need to adjust your blanket like I do, just take it out to a slightly wider position. Knees apart, toes together. Place whatever you're using as support underneath your forehead. And the hands can just reach forward if they want. And taking a few deep breaths here. And this time perhaps thinking about the space in the back of the ribs, seeing if we can breathe into that. And if your mind has started to wander to all the things you have to do or any concerns or worries, you can draw your attention just back to how am I breathing? I'm breathing in and then I'm breathing out. And then slowly come all the way back up. Just easing yourself off the bolster. Move the bolster to the side. Come back to your all fours position. Maybe readjust the blanket under the knees. Hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to take our right leg all the way out behind us. And then just gently tuck the toes as you breathe into a little stretch through the back of that calf muscle. And then take the left shin, just shimmy it out to the side as you open your chest towards the right side of the room. Reach the arm up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, reach the arm towards the front edge of the mat if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, you can keep it to the ceiling. If you move it to the front of the mat, you can start to breathe into the side of the body again. Visualizing even more space now in between each rib. Seeing if it now feels a little bit more easeful to breathe deeply. And when you find your next exhale, lower the hand down to the floor. And we'll take it to the other side. So left leg extends behind you. Just take a moment to tuck the toes, press the heel towards the back edge of the mat. They'll stretch that calf muscle. And then take the right shin out to the side. Take the arm up to the ceiling. Reach the arm forward if that feels comfortable to do so. And again, draw your attention to the lungs, to the side of the waist, to the rib cage. Seeing if you can create a sense of expansiveness as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Staying here for just one more breath. And then exhale, release the hand to the floor. We're going to come back to our child's pose. So take the pillow or the cushion or the bolster back underneath your forehead. Knees apart, toes together, forehead supported by something. And let everything settle. Maybe noticing any shifts or changes in how the breath is flowing now, how the body is feeling. And some of you, particularly if you're feeling perhaps slightly less energetic today, or you're in your third trimester, getting closer and closer to that due date, you may want to stay here. Some of you might want to come up into your downward dog. Have a little play there if that feels good for you. I'll let you decide. Placing your hands on the mat, tuck the toes, lift the hips up. You can keep a soft bend in the knees as you pedal the feet out. And a bit of a stretch of the backs of the legs. And then very slowly coming all the way back down. Come back to that child's pose. Something supporting you. And then let's let the body settle again. And on your next inhale, making your way up to a kneeling position. We're going to take ourselves onto a sitting position. So if you've got a bolster or something that you could straddle, some cushions, you could come to a straddle position on your bolster. Otherwise you could come back to a cross-legged position, that's fine as well. So making sure whatever you've chosen is nice and comfy. Alright, taking our final stretch as we take a nice big inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. And then take your right arm underneath your left arm, wrap the arms. So you might wrap once, you might wrap twice. Take a nice big inhale as you lift the elbows up. And then as we exhale, you're going to curl the top of the spine rather, as the elbows come down towards your baby and you find that space in between the shoulder blades again. And then slowly release, taking the arms up to the ceiling, and we'll take it to the other side. So other arm wraps underneath. You might wrap once, you might wrap twice. Lift the elbows up. And then as you exhale, elbows coming down towards the baby. Again, just finding some easeful sensations in that space in between the shoulder blades, not straining, not pushing. And then release. Take a moment to roll the shoulders a little bit. And then just let the hands rest on your thighs. Maybe they can rest on your baby. Maybe you could take chin mudra, so first finger and thumb joined together, backs of the hands rest on the thighs. And take a moment here, just let the eyes close or look to the floor. And let the face, the jaw, eyes, shoulders soften. And then slowly you can start to move again. Maybe bring your hands to prayer at your heart center. Take a nice big inhale and a sigh out through the mouth. And you're done. You've taken 10-15 minutes out of your day just to see if you can solely focus on some movement, on some breath work, hopefully leaving you a little bit better equipped to deal with the rest of your day. Thank you very much.